Okay, we're getting breaking news coming in right now. This is an India Today mega exclusive. The French contingent team leader, who will be in fact leading the French contingent at the 75th Republic Day celebrations, has spoken exclusively with India Today. It's a symbol of India-France dosti. India says Namaste Macron. French pilot says Namaste.
On display at Kartavya Path will be India's military might, strategic power and rich cultural diversity. Also on display will be the India-France strategic partnership that's being taken to the next level. The President of France, Emmanuel Macron, is the guest of honor on the 75th Republic Day. And on this special broadcast with me is Colonel Anne-Laure Michel, the French contingent commander, the team leader. Ma'am, welcome on India Today. You're a fighter pilot. Tell me more about the French participation at this Republic Day.
So thank you very much. Yes, the participation of a French detachment today is very important for us. You know, a few months ago, Indian troops, marching troops and aircraft took part into the Bastille Day in France, and a few months later we are here with marching troops as well and aircraft coming from France, from the French Air and Space Force and from the French Army, to be next to the Indian military. It's very important for us, and I'm very proud to be the head of this joint French detachment.
What can you tell us about the French marching troops who are a part of this year's parade?
The French marching troops is part of the French army. They belong to the Foreign Legion, the French Foreign Legion. So we have about 90 soldiers coming from Nîmes, southeast of France, and that will be marching. And then in front of them we have the Foreign Legion band, music, around 30 people as well.
And I believe there's also a strong French Air Force participation, and that sends out a very big message.
That's right. Just at the same time, the French army will parade. They will be overflown by 3 French aircraft, 1 MRTT, tanker aircraft, and 2 Rafale. You know very well the Rafale because India has also Rafale.
Right. And the French aircraft that are coming in with the mid-air refuelers, they're coming from quite a distance, I believe.
Yeah, right. They will take off from the United Arab Emirates. That's about 4 hours flying to go from there to India, to New Delhi, and then without landing they will go back to Emirates.
So that's practically 8 hours of flying,
yeah,
and there will also be some holding area where
yeah.
they'll hold before they come in.
Of course. They will have some holding time because they have to be exactly on time to overfly the parade at the proper time. So I think that should be a 10-hour flight for them.
Wow, 10 hours in the air, and that perhaps also shows the capabilities of the Rafale fighters that Indian Air Force has also bought. But tell me more about India and France, the two armies together, the two air forces together. What can you tell me about their participation in Republic Day and your preparations for it?
As I said, the Bastille Day parade together in France in July 2023, and then now in January we have a parade together. See, I think it's a very strong symbol of the tight and increasing cooperations, especially defense cooperations between our nations, and that show that key partnership is very necessary to show that security and peace is very important in that area.
So peace and security are two areas where the two countries are operating together. Nari Shakti, I mean, you're a fighter pilot yourself. You fly the Mirages. What can you tell us about women empowerment in France, especially when it comes to combat forces and fighter flying?
Yeah, first I heard about these Indian words because I don't know many words in Indian, but Nari Shakti is a very good thematic for the parade. In France, actually, our armed forces are quite feminized because we have about 28% of women in the armed forces. Military women about 18%, so that's quite not a question. In quite every jobs we have women, and even for fighter pilots, that's my case, as you said.
In fact, I believe you're amongst the first woman fighter pilot in the French Air Force. What has your experience been like, and have you flown combat missions, in hostile territory, or is that something which is, a taboo area?
Yeah, as you said, I started flight 25 hours.
25 years ago.
25
Brilliant.
years ago, yes. I was among the first, but now it's increasing each year, and hopefully that's a good point. And in France, we make no difference, since a person, a military, is qualified, even men or women, they're engaged in operations. So I took part into about 10 operations abroad, Africa and Middle East as well, and into specific missions. Since I was trained, I could do the mission.
So, women in combat, and especially fighter flying, what have your experiences been like, and what would you tell those young women who want to be fighter pilots today?
Yeah, I heard that there is one female flying Rafale in India, which is a very good point.
And Sukhoi 30s.
And Sukhoi 30, and would be very happy to meet them, maybe today or later on. The message I could tell, and even that's the same message I give in France, because we don't have so many women being engaged in fighter job. They have to trust themselves, because they can do the job. I'm an example, but there are others. They can do the job, and it's a very, very great experience.
You fly the Mirages. You've flown the Mirage 1,
F1.
F1. You've flown the Mirage F1, and you're now a base commander. So when it comes to fighter flying, you think sky's the limit?
Sky is the limit. I don't know where's the limit, but I think that after an operational career, very interesting, very intensive, become a base commander is a logical following part in the career, and it's very challenging as well, and very enthusiastic. I do it with a lot of enthusiasm.
Any social interactions with the Indian forces just as yet, apart from Nari Shakti? Have you picked up any other Hindi word?
Yeah, of course, Namaste.
Namaste
is the first words. But even when you don't speak the same language, the troops told me that the Indian soldiers are very welcoming, very present with the French. Yesterday they went to visit the Taj Mahal, and since they arrived, they make many links with them, photos together, talking about their experiences, and I think it's a wonderful cooperation moment.
And do you plan to travel around our country now that you're here?
I'm here especially for the parade, and to tell you, just after in France we have important operations, so we will fly back to France and then get focused on these operations in France.